So it seems that Fortnite is unfortunately not returning to iOS because today we all thought it was going to return to iOS as of Friday, but unfortunately we got the bad news. So Fortnite just a few minutes ago made an announcement. Apple has blocked our Fortnite submission, so we cannot release to the US App Store or to the Epic Games Store for iOS in the European Union. Now, sadly, Fortnite on iOS will be offline worldwide until Apple unblocks it. The comments have gone insane. Like, I really don't know what's going on. Why can't they do this? Why can't they add Fortnite in the App Store? Like, what's the big deal? Now, according to Mark Gurman, it seems that Apple responded by saying, "We asked that Epic, Sweden, resubmit the app update without including the US storefront of the App Store so as not to impact Fortnite in other geographies. We did not take any action to remove the live version of Fortnite from alternative distribution marketplaces in the EC." So this means it's gone and this is not happening. Seriously, because the thing is, if they add Fortnite in the App Store, we all know that Apple and Epic Games will both generate revenues. There are like billions of devices, as I said before, because we know that there are many players out there, obviously millions of players in the US who are not able to play Fortnite because Fortnite is not coming back on iOS. Before we continue, if you want to have websites or get your videos edited with a strong thumbnails to go viral, then check my portfolio. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Reach out to my email, which is on the screen. But yeah, it seems that it's not happening anymore, I guess. This is what I'm seeing, and as well based on that now that I'm also reading the comments. But it absolutely is insane. I really hope as well Epic and Apple will be in good terms, which of course they're not now. We got lawsuits before in 2020. So far we only know that it came back. I mean, Fortnite came back on iOS, but in Europe only last year in 2024. And now additionally, Fortnite is coming back in Brazil in July. But now we have the main country, the main place, United States. This is where I want to see Fortnite coming back to iOS in the US, because there are actually, as I said before, billions of devices that are locked behind this case. So I really don't know what's going on, and I can also tell that it seems that Apple has definitely no intention in re-adding Fortnite back to the App Store. iOS. It seems like it because Fortnite did send a review process last week on May 9, and now they just sent again, I believe like a day or 2 days ago. And now unfortunately they made this announcement because we all thought today Fortnite was gonna return to iOS, but unfortunately they made this announcement instead, which is kind of sucks. But yeah, I do have to say, I definitely believe Fortnite is not returning to iOS. That is definitely not happening, unfortunately. I know it sucks. As a Fortnite fan and a Fortnite content creator, I definitely want to see Fortnite coming back to iOS, but from what I'm seeing as well is that Apple is not giving any efforts, and instead they're trying their best just to not re-add Fortnite back to the App Store. This is what I'm seeing. This is definitely not happening. I've completely lost my hopes, but of course, in case if anything changes, I'll let you guys know, of course, as soon as possible. But for now, from what I'm seeing is that Apple is definitely not re-adding Fortnite back to the App Store. They should be grateful instead because the company is reaching out to them asking if they can put their game Fortnite back in their store, and because of that they can generate more revenue, right? I mean, who doesn't want to generate revenue? But this is actually kind of messed up. This is really messed up, and we all know very well that Epic Games and Apple are unfortunately not in good terms, and we're talking about that as well, judging as well by the lawsuits we saw before, where Apple as well won lawsuits, and that's how we got as well the Apple skin in Fortnite. Now, I'm assuming the only good news we have so far regarding Fortnite coming back to iOS is this tweet over here, where it's coming back in Brazil. For example, on March 10, like 2 months ago, Fortnite said here, Fortnite is coming to iOS in Brazil through the Epic Games Store in July after the competition regulars bid court win against Apple. That's amazing, but we all know that there are way more amount of players in the US than Brazil, right? And if Fortnite gets added in the Apple Store, this will be a huge win for all of us, and especially as well for Epic Games, because they will generate more revenue, and of course more players will play the game, because obviously not everyone has PS4 or PlayStation or Xbox or PC or Nintendo, so instead they want to play on iPad or their iPhones. So that is what Epic Games wants right now. So more players will play the game and they can generate more revenue. The players will buy cosmetics from the shop or starter packs, this kind of stuff. But again, if it comes back, of course, Apple and Epic will generate revenues. But from what I'm seeing right now is that it seems that Apple has no intentions in bringing Fortnite back in the Apple Store, which of course, hopefully, if anything happens, or especially if Fortnite comes back to iOS, or if it's coming back to iOS officially, if it gets confirmed, I'm gonna going to keep you guys updated as soon as possible, so definitely stay tuned. But for now, we know nothing, we have no news, as Tim Sweeney said as well, so we don't know what's going on. But again, from what I do know is that Epic and Apple are not in good terms, and it seems that Apple has no intentions in bringing Fortnite back in the Apple Store, because if they're really that smart enough, they should realize that if Fortnite comes back in the Apple Store, not Epic will generate revenue, but they will generate revenue as well. I'm talking about Apple. But it seems that here they don't want for Epic to generate revenues, because as I said earlier, if Fortnite comes back in the Apple Store, players will play the game and also buy V-Bucks or item shop cosmetics, and from there both companies will generate revenues. And again, if they really want to add Fortnite in the App Store, I think I said Apple Store, it's App Store, I apologize, but again, if Apple really wants for Fortnite to be added in the App Store, they would have done it already, right? They would have approved Fortnite's submission on May 9th, like literally days ago, but now it's been 5 days. It's crazy. From what I can tell you now is that, of course, for sure, do not make your hopes up that Fortnite is coming back in the App Store in the US, because now from what I'm seeing is that Apple has definitely no intentions in adding Fortnite in the App Store. It's been 5 days. Like, what are we talking about? 5 days. I mean, of course, I'm not making it sound like it's been weeks or months, but again, 5 days is a big deal because they sent the request 5 days ago, and it usually doesn't take that long if there's something urgent. This is actually urgent now. We're talking about a massive video game. This is urgent. So again, it doesn't take that long if Fortnite is really going to be added in the App Store. 5 days is way too long, and hopefully we get some good news. But whether Fortnite is going to be getting added in the App Store or not, at least if we're getting confirmation, of course I'm going to keep you guys updated. You don't have to be worried about that. Oh, and actually, I also want to apologize again, I forgot to mention, so Fortnite also had confirmed last year, around like more than a year ago, where they said, remember Fortnite on iOS? How about we bring that back? Later this year, Fortnite will return in Europe on iOS through the Epic Games Store. Shout out DMA, an important new law in the EU making this possible. Apple, the world is watching. So yeah, I also forgot to mention that the Fortnite apparently did came back on iOS and in Europe last year in 2024, and now we got as well in Brazil coming out in July. So this is amazing. So I'm assuming now we only have left for, I guess, US. And this is actually the main key, the main goal for Epic Games, because obviously the US has more players, of course, and it'll be as well a huge win for them. But now we have to see if it's coming back in the US. That is the main thing. That is actually the main goal for Epic Games. And if that happens, that's gonna be insane. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm gonna keep you guys updated, of course, as soon as we get a confirmation, whether we get a confirmation that it's not coming in the App Store or not. I'm gonna keep you all updated, of course, because this is actually a very important and also a good topic to talk about. I've never discussed about this case before. I never did that, but I just wanted to make this video because I'm very sure that a lot of you guys are here to watch this video and to know whether Fortnite is coming back in the App Store or not. But so far, I think it is not. Again, although we got no confirmation yet, but from what I'm seeing now, it seems that Apple is making it sound like that they don't want to do this. They have no intention of doing this. Yeah, both companies, Epic and Apple, are not in good terms. So that said, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this very helpful and informative. Again, if anything happens, I'm going to keep you guys updated, of course. But so far, to conclude the video, we have no news and I've kind of lost hopes. But if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. And leave your thoughts about this in the comments below as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.